Good evening. Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the thing show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so called African American didn't find their way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going from fall to winter, and this is just going to be like a little 10-minute jaunt, but I just want you to understand something because it's going to be very valuable information in the coming days and years. One of the things that keeps so-called African Americans and Black people always off balance is because they're not connected to the earth. They're not connected. They used to be. That's why they're indigenous people. They used to take their cue from everything on earth. Earth used to teach them. It doesn't anymore. Many are scared to even go swimming. That's how bad it's gotten. So I just want to show you how to, get back into the time with Earth so you can use it for your benefit. And you can share with family, friends, everything. But we're on Earth. We're on a plane called Earth. You can look at it as a diamond if you want. I don't care. But we know that what the Earth gives us to survive. What? Earth, wind, fire, water. These are the rudimentary elements that we get from Earth that we ain't got to worry about. What you do with them, that's on you. That's where all the inventions come in, all the great ideas come in, because you're paying attention to nature, what nature does, and you can take your cue from that. um, what so-called African Americans, Black people, basically everybody, they're not connected to Earth in no capacity because they never have nothing to say. They're always going by what they're told. And as you can see, what they've been told has been a total disaster. Total disaster. And one of the things we've been told is what time it is. You ever ask yourself, how come African Americans don't have their own calendar, their own time? Well, how is that? Because they belong to somebody else. Now, many of you know that, but it's really hard to swallow because it's true. And then, really, most people aren't going to do anything about it. But you're getting to that point where those people are not going to matter because the people running this world state, hey, sister told me, could you imagine in America at one time there was no trash on the ground? There was no such thing as trash. That's how we used to live. We don't even think about that no more. So, what I want to show you in this fall to winter, because we're going from, we're just getting into fall, summer just ended. It's a new moon on Monday. These are the ways the Accomack, the Chittimacha, the Tuscaroraans, many people used to get on time. They used to pay attention to what was going on in nature, like the animals did. So they're on the same vibe. The majority of us don't do that anymore. Matter of fact, the majority of us don't even think about it or cuss you out if make even talk about it. We don't do that. So what I want to share with you tonight is just a little way to get yourself, you know, on the same wavelength or the same pattern as what's going on Earth. So one of the things that we have to remember is, you know, the food comes from the earth, is produced by the earth. And people have domesticated and grew their plants and everything to keep them alive. If you go down the southeastern part of America, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, some of the best farmers in the world. Many of so-called African Americans, blacks, people are from those lands. They don't even think about that place. They don't ever want to go to that place. But you can see the oncoming foreigners that are coming in, they're eating it up. So it keeps going on like that. And you can see it in the big cities already. Uh, the Negro will be homeless in his own land. I mean, it's going on now. It's embarrassing now. You ain't seen nothing yet. And I know many of you see it. So, in order to get back in the time loop of what's going on, uh, the moons, just look at pay attention to the phases of the moon. You have a new moon coming Monday. New moon. Now, check it out. Just for a month, just check out the phases of the moon and check out how they affect the environment. Because as a human that is on the land that produced you, your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, you have a lot of responsibility. Now, I realize that a lot of us try to shuck that responsibility by claiming other things that other people wrote, i.e., the Bible. We always get our identities from somebody else. Do whatever you want. But the people from the land, America, the people that were produced for that, by that land, this is for you. So you see, we're showing a picture of the human body. Now, in America, the body is the person identifies with their bodies, they wear hats, cologne, shoes, everything to try to look good for somebody else. All the while, they're not paying attention to their true selves, which is the inside, the inside, the part that makes decisions, this part that speaks, how they say, speak your mind or whatever, the part that controls bodily functions and you don't have to think about that because the you on the inside is making all that. And genius, big genius too. You can learn from yourself. It'll blow you away. Between the body, your physical body, and right under the skin, all over your body, your body, physical body on the outside doesn't even connect to the inside of your body because you're surrounded by shit. You're surrounded by shit. Take a look at all this food that's being produced. They're 3D printing food now. When you go to places like Vegas, when you go on a cruise, and you know how we love to do all that stuff, they're not feeding you nice, fresh produce and all the good stuff. You're there for a couple of days, then you out. What is that they're feeding you? What is it? And we have to know those things. And and they kind of put it when they're putting it with the ingredients, but So your body literally is full of shit. because all of the debris that comes off that stuff, your body doesn't recognize it as food. Your body doesn't recognize a seedless watermelon as food. Your body doesn't recognize seedless grapes as food. Your body doesn't recognize the stuff in the bag, like potato chip bag, pork crackling bag, that cellophane sound. Your body doesn't recognize any of that as food. Your body recognizes stuff that's, produced with care. Somebody took care of it. Just throwing stuff in a big vat and just feeding it to the hogs on a trough, that's not how it goes at all. So remember, from the inside of your body to the outside of your body, you're surrounded by serious, and those and most of you know it. Most of you know it. The problem with that is it makes it tough for your organs and everything to communicate with you. You confused. You don't feel like thinking. I don't want to read nothing. And signals are being sent to you constantly. A lot of people kill themselves just to avoid hearing the sound. You're connected to this planet, just like a bird, just like a turtle. You're a part of this. When you start saying that you're not, you won't be, right? So we're going into the fall. We're in the fall, and we're heading towards winter. Um, what indigenous people do is the things that they couldn't do yesterday, they plan for they plan for tomorrow by other ways, especially when the season is changing. So like summer's over. The things that we did in summer, seasons changes, we're not going to do the same thing. We're not going to eat the same food because it's changing. What helps you navigate through that change is paying attention to the signs in nature. One of those signs is the moon. So you got a new moon coming up Monday. So what is the new moon? What can you do with the new moon? What is a new moon? What is it? What happens on the new moon? You can't even see it. You can't even see it. Then the moon starts getting start moving towards a crescent moon, start moving towards a half moon, start moving towards three-quarter, full moon. These are certain criteria. You can just pay attention. All you gotta do is look up in the sky. So we're moving into another season. Can't eat what you was eating in the summer. You have to change the way you eat because your body is changing because your body, your organs are on the clock of the earth. Now, just because Lil Ray Ray is thinking about crip walking somewhere, that has nothing to do with is going on with his body. And that's all of us. Going going to the football game has nothing to do with what your organs and everything inside of you is doing. Those are things that we do to get away, not to pay attention to what's going on inside of our body. Because you're going to tell yourself the right thing because you get signals. Some people say they hear voices. or you just automatically know, but you ignore it to try to be a part of the in crowd. Don't do that. That's because it's gonna turn out ugly. So we're moving to the winter. Remember, after the winter, the new year is gonna start. Not January. The new year is gonna start in March, April, when the sun comes out, when spring. The winter is not the time for New Year. That's for demons. Just read the literature. It tells you what they tell you. Everything is dead in the winter. Why are you celebrating when there's no leaves on the tree? Should be getting ready for the new year. So make this a time in your life now because like you're slowing down. You're not doing the things that you used to do in the summer. You're not traveling, going to concerts, bike riding, all that stuff. Starting to get ready for when it's about to shut down and get cold. So, one of the things that you want to do is you want to start cleaning some of that shit out of your body. I mean, because you just read the ingredients on anything, you'll get it. You'll understand. The stuff is not edible, y'all. And many of you know that. It's not even edible, but it clogs up your body. So, what you want to do, what I would suggest to do is start cleaning out those organs in your body. Start cleaning out those organs in your body. That way, winter won't be like it's gonna be. You'll be able to figure out things and put yourselves in different positions where it won't affect you because you're being told to do by your higher self. And I don't want to sound mystical or magical or nothing like that because it's nothing like that. But you have a higher self, and you know that. And how you vibrate on that higher self instead of the lower self is clean out those organs. I mean, you ain't got to eat every day. I know food is marketed to you out of this world, but most of that stuff is garbage. Most of that stuff is garbage. You know, the quality. Ask your moms and dads, your grandmothers and grandfathers. Has the quality of the food changed since you were a child? $20, they'll tell you, yeah, it's totally different. Way more preservatives. Those preservatives, your body doesn't recognize that as food. It's debris, and it starts to clog up your arteries, your joints, all kind of stuff. So now is the time to start getting that stuff out of your body. Do a liver flush, flush that gallbladder, get rid of all this stuff that we've been putting in over the summer, cleanse the body because your body will work more efficient for you. You just don't drive your car till it fall apart. You take it to get checkups. Do the same with you because nobody's going to look after you the way you do. Nobody going to look after you. Nobody. This is if you think you're something, somebody. People just, lady told me today she likes marshmallows. I'm like, what the hell is marshmallows? What is that? So filling up your body with that type of stuff is not going to work. Take care of yourself. Watch what you put in your mouth. So new moon is Monday. Do a liver flush. Do a gallbladder flush. These things are simple. You can look them up online how to do them. They're easy. They're not really expensive. Start taking care of your body. Start taking care of yourself like you would take care of your baby. Because the first things that's going to shut down are the organs. Watch what you're putting in your mouth. Take this time and remember that Thanksgiving is coming up. Don't participate. Give your digestive system a break. You ever notice when those Thanksgiving dinners, 30 minutes after everybody eat, everybody sleep? What it takes for your digestive system to mash down that food to get through your body, you couldn't do it yourself, but your digestive system can. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. So, that's all I wanted to talk about. Um, we're in a different part. Things are changing. Seasons are changing. Your thoughts are going to change. You're not going to think how you thought in the summer. You're going to have different ideas, different realities hit because you're in a different season. Pay attention to those seasons because that's where you learn the most. That's where you're starting to connect yourself. You're starting to know that you are a part of something that's way bigger than you. So listen, I know it's Saturday night. I know y'all got to shake the groove thing. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. But take care of yourselves. Peace.